Alright, we're going to start a unit on decimals. First, we're going to talk about place value in the number line, but as we move on, we're talking about adding and subtracting decimals, multiplying and dividing decimals, and stuff like that. But let's start with place value in the number line. First, we're going to talk about place value. Place value tells us what a specific number is within the grand number of itself. So that 4, what does that number represent? Well, these numbers to the left of the decimal point, we know those pretty well. That 4 represents our thousands place. The 1 is the hundreds, 8 the tens place, 7 the ones place. We move into numbers to the right of the decimal point. They follow the same pattern but have a different starting point. Here we start with the ones, but when you move to the right of the decimal point, we actually start with the tenths. And that THS right here tells us we're on the right side of the decimal point. The 5 then, again, follows the same pattern as the other side, but it's the hundredths. Then we move to the thousandths, and then the 10,000ths. And if I would have a number right here, it'd be the 100,000ths, or the millionths, the 10 millionths, and so on. So it follows the same pattern, but we start with the tenths, not the ones. When we talk about a number line, we can find our decimal place on a number line and kind of estimate it real quickly too. So let's say we're talking about 3.2. Well, we know this is a number greater than 3 and less than 4. So we're going to be somewhere here on the number line. And actually, you can see with the 0.2, we're actually going to be closer to 3 than we are to 4. So we could find 3.2 to be probably right about here. Let's say we're talking about 5.7. So we're going to be in this between 5 and 6 range. And what do you think? Are we going to be closer to 5 or closer to 6? Well, that 0.7 shows that we're actually going to be closer to 6 than the 5. It's going to be over in this range right here. So you get 5.7 there. If we zoom in on the number line, you can see, let's say these are between 2 and 3. Our tenths place breaks up this 2 place, this 2 gap, into 10 equal sections. So something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we should have 10 open gaps here. So if we wanted to find 2.4, we go 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. So that would be right there. If we wanted to find 2.9, we could go 2.1, 2, 3, 4, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. And it would be right there. When we look at the hundredths, what it does is it breaks up all of these numbers in between 2 and 3 into 100 equal sections. And so it would break each tenth section into 10 equal parts again. So the tenths broke up between 2 and 3 into 10 equal parts. The hundredths breaks up in between 2.1 and 2.2 into 10 equal parts. Like that. And it would do that for each section. So if we're looking at 2.13, we're at 2. 2.1 would be this red mark, and then we count these little marks to get to 2.3, and it would be the third one right here. And that would give me that 2.13. So that's how we can use it on a number line. Here we're looking at 3 and 4, between the numbers of 3 and 4. And if we zoom in on here, alright, we can imagine there being 10 equal marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Alright? And that would be my tenths area. And then if you wanted to imagine each area having 10 small marks, that would give me my hundreds. And then if you imagine zooming in even more, going in between the green marks and marking 10 more, that would give me my thousandths. And then zooming in more, that would give me my 10,000ths. So that's how decimals work on the number line. I'm hoping that this makes sense, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'll see you later.